I don't want minutes. His voice came from behind me, low, controlled. I want it all night. I froze. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Because if Alexander Sterling had finally figured out what I'd been doing, everything I had built to survive was about to collapse. This is a billionaire romance story about a secretary who secretly saved her boss's entire company, and the night he found out changed everything. Welcome to Danito Stories. If you're returning, thank you. If you're new, you were meant to find us. Subscribe now. Don't skip. Don't rush. The dramatic part is waiting for you. Now let's begin. My name is Naomi Washington. I'm 35 years old. I have a 7-year-old daughter named Kennedy. And for the last 6 months, I've been living a double life. By day I was invisible. Just another secretary at Sterling Enterprises, answering calls, scheduling meetings, blending into the background. By night, I was fixing a billion-dollar company from the shadows. Every evening after I put Kennedy to bed, I opened my laptop. I rewrote Alexander Sterling's strategies, corrected his projections, rebuilt deals that would have collapsed without intervention. Then I printed everything and quietly left it on his desk before morning. No name, no credit. And every day he walked into boardrooms and received applause for work he didn't know came from me. I told myself it didn't matter, because survival mattered more than recognition. 6 months ago, my life had fallen apart. Kennedy's father disappeared. Not just emotionally, financially. He drained our account, destroyed the business I built from nothing, left me with debt and a child who depended on me for everything. I had an MBA. I had run my own consultancy, but none of that mattered when rent was overdue. So I applied for a secretary job, and I made myself small enough to fit it. Alexander Sterling hired me in 10 minutes. Didn't even look up twice. "Can you handle pressure?" he asked. "Yes," I said. I didn't tell him I was already drowning. At first, I stayed invisible, exactly as planned. But invisibility has limits, especially when you see everything falling apart. His numbers were wrong. His deals had gaps. His execution was flawed. He was brilliant, but overwhelmed, and no one around him was telling him the truth. So I stepped in, quietly, carefully. An adjustment here, a correction there, then bigger changes. Entire models rebuilt, strategies redesigned, and slowly, everything changed. The company started winning. Deals closed. Investors praised him. Magazines called him a genius. And I stayed hidden. Until the night I got caught. It was late. Almost 9 p.m. The office was empty. I was in the conference room fixing his biggest pitch yet, a deal worth over $50 million. His original version wouldn't hold. Mine would. I was halfway through when I heard it. "What are you doing?" I turned and my heart stopped. Alexander stood in the doorway, watching everything. He walked in slowly, picked up the remote, flipped between slides. His version. Mine. Again. The difference was undeniable. "How long?" he asked. 6 months. Silence. Heavy. "You've been doing my job for 6 months, and I didn't know." "I was helping." "Helping?" His voice sharpened. "You rebuilt everything." I held my ground. "Do you want me to apologize for fixing it?" Then something changed. Not anger. Recognition. "Why?" he asked quietly. "Because I needed the job. Because I have a daughter. Because I couldn't afford to fail." He studied me. Really studied me for the first time. "You're not a secretary." "No," I said. "I'm someone trying to survive." I reached for my bag. "I'll clear my desk." "Stop." I froze. "Don't come in tomorrow as my secretary." My chest tightened. Of course. I was done. "Come in as my partner." I blinked. "What?" "Chief Strategy Officer. Equal authority. Full salary." My breath caught. "I don't do half measures," he said, stepping closer. "If you're this important to what I'm building, I want all of you. not stolen moments at night. It wasn't just the offer. It was the way he looked at me, like I mattered, and that terrified me, because I had seen that look before, and it ended in betrayal. I didn't sleep that night. The offer could change everything for me, for Kennedy, but trusting him? That was the real risk. By morning I decided, say no, stay safe. But when I saw Kennedy that morning, sleepy, smiling, trusting me with her whole world, I knew safety wasn't enough anymore. Monday morning I walked back into his office. You came, he said. I need to understand something, I replied. If this goes wrong, my daughter is protected. He handed me a contract, already prepared, guaranteed, secure. I don't want your trust yet, he said. I want the chance to earn it. So I said yes. The first weeks were everything he promised. Respect, recognition, partnership. He introduced me as his equal, gave me credit. Listen, but there was something else, something unspoken. The way his hand brushed mine, the way he looked at me when he thought I wasn't paying attention, the way silence between us felt charged. And the hardest part? I felt it too. One afternoon he said it. I want everything, he admitted. Not just work, not just moments. Fully. I should have walked away. Instead, I stayed. Then Kennedy got sick, and without hesitation he showed up. Doctor, food, support. No performance, no expectation. That's when something inside me shifted. Weeks later, we closed the biggest deal in company history. Together. That night he asked me to dinner. I said yes. And somewhere between honesty and fear, I let my guard down. I'm scared, I told him. I know, he said. But I'm not him. And for the first time in years, I believed it. When he kissed me, it wasn't rushed. It wasn't stolen. It was intentional. I want all of it, he said softly. Not minutes. Not moments. Everything. This time, I didn't run. 6 months later, we stood side by side again. Stronger. Together. And when he asked me to marry him, I didn't hesitate. Because sometimes, the biggest risk isn't love. Is believing you deserve it. What would you rate this story? Drop 0 to 10 in the comments right now. If this story moved you, hit the subscribe button for more emotional journeys every day. And if it truly touched your heart, consider leaving a super thanks. Your support helps us create more stories like this. Every contribution, big or small, means a lot. Ready for the next story? It's even more dramatic than this. Click now. Thank you for being part of this journey.